Hi there guys, and welcome to another Red Gaming Tech video with myself, Amata, and we have some more PS4 related news for you guys today. And Sony's Jim Ryan has recently told the gaming press that Blu-ray discs will still be the PlayStation 4's dominant delivery mechanism for their games, despite the fact that they've been moving more and more towards the whole digital distribution field over the past year or two. With the PS3 obviously we're delivering their games over PSN pretty much in tangent with the retail release, although obviously they were still at full price, and Europeans often saw themselves paying far in excess of the price you expect to actually pay in a store. So obviously you can see why the PSN whole base games didn't really take off so much in Europe, because why would you pay so much extra just for the added convenience of perhaps about not having to leave your house to download that game you've really been looking forward to? And although they're still going to be pushing towards the whole digital downloads thing, then it's still going to be primarily disc-based future for the console, and I'm going to give a direct quote from him now. Clearly, and this applies not just to games but to pretty much every form of entertainment, there is a trend to increase digital consumptions, and that is happening now on PS3 and will probably accelerate on the PS4. But the primary delivery mechanism for the big games on the PS4 platform will continue to be Blu-ray discs for the foreseeable future, which by the way looks to be about 5 years. And his reasoning is actually pretty solid behind this, is that the PS4 games will take up so much space that in many parts of the world downloading them just won't be realistic for most people. He's saying that for their big first-party games, excuse me, we've encouraged the studios to make as much of their 50 gig Blu-ray drive as they possibly can. Some of these things like to run 45 gigs, he says. And you can kind of see the logic there. I mean, if you've got a 40 gig file for a game, good luck downloading that in some parts of Europe, UK, or even the US. I mean, some places of the US have pretty damn good internet, and obviously some parts of Europe have pretty damn good internet, such as Sweden, which is pretty much the king of internet land, as far as I'm concerned. But here in the UK, good luck downloading that kind of file with any reasonable sort of time frame, and he says this himself here. If you go down to Southern Europe, where you have very big and important businesses, it can take you 3 days over a standard internet connection to download a file of that size, and that's not fun. There are certain gating factors in terms of internet infrastructure that mandate that the disk-based solution is going to be the primary delivery mechanism for the foreseeable future. Which is pretty much a completely reasonable and logical thing to say. I'm not exactly surprised by this information here. Although I definitely do want to see us pushing more and more towards digital distribution, with so many brick and mortar stores falling by the wayside, and they've kind of literally getting rid of a stranglehold on the industry at the moment, which as much of a shame it is for the people working for these various stores, it's nice to see that, you know, these stores are falling by the wayside for simply one reason. A lot of them were quite unreasonable and demanded that they were given exclusives for having people buy their games at their store, or they would refuse to stock those games, which is why you often saw, for example, pre-order bonuses that you could only get by buying it at X store, and that would have been not because the developers wanted to do that, but because that place threatened not to sell their game if they didn't give them that. And if the push towards digital distribution can lessen that kind of nonsense, well then I support it full-heartedly. But unfortunately, pretty much everywhere is going to have their internet, or have to have their internet, sorry, severely beefed up, because, well, using my own internet as an example, it's pretty paper and string, and I would pretty much just laugh at you in the face if you asked me to download that file in any reasonable time frame. I mean, some people are different, of course, but I think most ordinary people are not going to have the internet capabilities to download those kind of files in anything short of less, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days. So as much as I want to see it going more and more towards digital downloads, that's a few years off until we sort the whole internet situation out. Anyway, that's pretty much me done for this video. Be interested to hear your guys' thoughts though, as to whether or not you actually want to see it moving more towards digital distribution, or if you would actually like to see your favourite brick and mortar stores actually stay around for a few more years, or perhaps revamp themselves a little bit to move on with the times, and then, you know, still pick up your physical discs. It is nice to have, you know, the box with the manual and all of that, but be interested to hear your thoughts regardless, and whether you agree or disagree. You know, let's get a bit of a discussion going. Always enjoy hearing your thoughts and opinions on these topics. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye for now.